Hi there Internet, and this is the very first of a very special series I like to call Dan's Big Tech. Now on this show I'm going to be looking at some devices you might not have come across before, or some that you have come across but I think are worth having a look at anyway. That very first item, this one's called the AFUNTA Universal VR headset. 3D video glasses. Rolls right off the tongue, I know. So what this is a headset. Just fits your phone in the front and you're able to pop it on your head using the stretchy strap and start seeing compatible content, apps, videos, not only in 3D due to the lenses here, but there's also virtual reality. So when you're moving your head, the image moves with your head. It's called head tracking, and I find the head tracking on this to be fairly solid. It's almost one-to-one. You move your head and the image that you expect to see moves. You don't usually get a gut churning feeling of motion sickness that you'll get if the head tracking is too off. I looked at 3 programs when trying this out. First off, I tried a simple demo called Cedar Point VR, and that is a virtual reality roller coaster. You know, a basic simple VR experience that there's probably dozens of these out there now, and Cedar Point, it's a nice little roller coaster, nothing particularly spectacular, and it's probably just a video playing, but I can't be too sure on that one. Maybe it's all rendered in 3D real time. There's not much to it, but a nice little VR experience nevertheless. Secondly, I played Monsters Multiplayer. Now this is an interesting one because it not only is 3D virtual reality, but it's also augmented reality, combining the 2 concepts into one. So what you've got is this game board, which is a big QR code. Place it on the floor, and then you line up your phone in the headset, and what you see is this 3D game board sort of growing out of your bedroom or living room, wherever you are, and you can walk around the 3D object, and you know, it's almost like it's there in your room. Now, it does struggle a little bit, and you know, you're hardly going to fool anyone that there's a strange 3D battlefield with monsters running around in your bedroom, but it's an interesting experience nevertheless. And this game takes advantage of pairing up your phone with a Bluetooth controller. Obviously any Bluetooth controller will do. Yeah, with the Monsters game, I couldn't quite get how this worked. The directions worked with the analog stick, and pushing the buttons would select an option on the menu. Pushing another button would quit out of the game. But I couldn't really get the monster to fire. Maybe needs a little more work, that one, or maybe I just need the right controller. And finally, the third game I looked at was one called VR Silent Home. Now what can I say about that? It was quite an experience, and it really put you in the world. You looked around this spooky dark house and you could push the button on your Bluetooth controller to stop and start walking. And yeah, it occasionally made me go, "Ugh!" So it had me going down these spooky corridors, and you could look around and you could see things flying around like spooky levitating objects. And it was a fairly enthralling experience, because you could stop and start walking, pushing any button on the controller to really put you in it. You looked at things to interact, so like if you stare at an object long enough, it'll show a red cursor pop up around it. It was quite the best of the bunch. So after looking at those 3 VR experiences, let's go through some of the pros and cons about the AFUNTA Universal VR reality glasses. The instruction manual is mostly in broken English, but there's not too much to figure out. The device sits a little uncomfortably on the nose, can get a little bit sore on this bridge here. care needs to be taken when putting a phone in the front, as this awkward plastic divider can sometimes scrape along your screen. So you might be tempted to slide your phone in sideways. I think that's not the best way. I think it's best to lift it open wide, sit it in the little grip, and then just push the top until it plops in. That way your phone is comfortably in and you've not put your screen through the riggers. Final con that I found, the device, unlike the Google Cardboard, lacks any kind of input. So you do have to use the individual controller or some kind of input externally. But for watching the 360-degree videos or like that roller coaster experience, you can get away without any extra stuff. So the pros, fits most phone types. You got your big 6-inch phones, your XL phones, they'll all go in here. If your phone's got a big thick case, it might not fit in, so you might have to take the case off. Only cost around £12, definitely a pro. And works pretty well with all the many available Google Cardboard apps out on the store, so you've already got a big library of games good to go. So overall, for the AFUNTA Universal VR Virtual Reality 3D video glasses, rolls right off the tongue, I'm going to give that Danisfaction rating 8 out of 10. Try it out, you might have a bit of fun with it. See you guys next time on Dan's Big Tech.